Hey everybody, James with Sweetfish here. I want to announce our newest series inside of B2B Growth. The series is dedicated to books, and it's going to be co-hosted by Douglas Burdett, host of the Marketing Book podcast, as well as one of his longtime listeners, James Muir, one of the VPs of sales at ShiftWizard. If you're in marketing, there's a good chance that Douglas's show, the Marketing Book podcast, has been on your radar in some form or fashion. Each week, Douglas unpacks a different book related to marketing or sales with the author. The crazy part is that he actually reads all of these books. So the conversations that he has with authors are incredibly engaging. One of Douglas's longtime listeners and former B2B Growth guest, James Muir, will be joining Douglas in this monthly series, summarizing the biggest takeaways from the previous month's books that were featured on the Marketing Book podcast. You're about to hear a quick snippet from Douglas and James's first episode, and the full episode is going to be going live tomorrow. If you want to keep up with all the episodes in this series, make sure to be on the lookout for episodes with #books at the beginning of the headline. All right, here's a little preview from Douglas and James's first episode of the book series for B2B Growth.
This book was really terrific. I loved it. And it was one of those books where, sure, it's about how to use chatbots for your marketing. But as I said to David, it's almost like they snuck in a really, really good marketing book about how to run a better company. It was really very, very well done.
I thought that he did actually sneak the book in there. I really like their approach to using technology and the way that they solve problems. Very refreshing. Instead of trying to make out like the technology is everything, it's the means to an end instead of the end.
Yeah, it brought to mind a quote I saw recently. I can't remember who it was, but it's like, never use a tool unless it's wrapped in a process.
That's it.
And so they talked about how, the number of so many companies still have websites that just are basically kind of closed now. Like what they mean is like, it's like you go to a store and fill out a form for a product you want to buy, and then you hope that they call you back to say, yes, we have the product on the shelf. I don't know if you remember that from the interview.
Really great analogy.
So what they were doing was they talked about how in the past it was like email messaging, and then we went to text messaging, and now we're in this third wave of chatbots. And one thing they want people to understand is that chatbots are not supposed to replace a lot of things. It's just simply another net that you're throwing on for all those people that want to get a quick response. And a lot of the chatbot technology can be automated so that when you get a particular kind of question, it can be funneled immediately to the right people. And even if they're not the right ones, they can still try to answer the question. So it was very, very interesting, and anybody that's doing websites is probably going to want to see this.
All right, I hope you enjoyed that snippet from the brand new book series. Be on the lookout for the full episode to go live tomorrow, and make sure to keep your eye out for future episodes with #books at the beginning of the headline. To connect with Douglas or James on LinkedIn, just search Douglas Burdett, that's Burdett, or James Muir, Muir, and they'll pop right up. Thank you so much for listening.
We totally get it. We publish a ton of content on this podcast, and it can be a lot to keep up with. That's why we've started the B2B Growth Big Three, a no-fluff email that boils down our 3 biggest takeaways from an entire week of episodes. Sign up today at sweetfishmedia.com/big3. That's sweetfishmedia.com/big3.